Hey everyone, and welcome to Love Hackers. I'm Alex Carter, your co-host and dating coach.
And I'm Sophie Tanaka, resident dating expert and relationship strategist. We're here to help you navigate the exciting yet often perplexing world of dating.
You know it, and today we're taking a deep dive into a question we get from so many guys out there. It's the age-old head-scratcher, why can't I get a girlfriend?
It's a question that can really knock your confidence, but don't worry, we're here to break it down, offer some insights, and most importantly, give you actionable advice to change your game.
Because here's the thing, it's not about being cool or some kind of mystical charm. There are specific reasons why some guys struggle in the girlfriend department.
That's right. It's not just bad luck. Often it boils down to a few key factors, like lacking confidence when interacting with women. Maybe some personal issues holding you back from putting yourself out there, or even getting stuck in the dreaded friend zone.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. When we talk about confidence, what does that actually look like in the context of dating?
Well, think about how you feel when you're around a woman you're attracted to. Do you freeze up? Avoid eye contact? Maybe start rambling nervously? Those are all signs that insecurity might be creeping in.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. It's like your brain short circuits and you completely forget how to be a normal human being.
Yeah.
So how do we overcome that?
It's all about recognizing those patterns and then actively working to change them. Start by focusing on your strengths, the things that make you unique and interesting. Remind yourself that you have a lot to offer and don't be afraid to let your personality shine through.
It's about owning your worth, right?
Yeah.
Not trying to be someone you're not just to impress someone else.
Exactly. And remember, confidence isn't about being arrogant or cocky. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin and believing that you deserve to be happy and loved.
So let's say you've got the confidence part down, but you're still striking out. The article also mentions personal issues that can get in the way. What are some common examples of that?
Well, this can be a wide range of things. Maybe you're carrying baggage from past relationships, haven't fully healed from a heartbreak, or you're struggling with anxiety or low self-esteem. All of these things can impact your ability to form healthy romantic connections.
And these issues can even prevent you from getting out there and meeting women in the first place, right?
Absolutely. Maybe you're working long hours, isolating yourself, or just stuck in a rut. If you're not creating opportunities to meet new people, it's going to be pretty tough to find a girlfriend.
That makes total sense.
Mm.
So let's shift gears a bit and talk about one of the most common dating dilemmas,
Hmm.
the friend zone. Why do so many guys end up there?
It often boils down to a lack of clear signals. You might be a great guy, a fantastic listener, always there for her. But if you're not sending out those flirty vibes, she's probably going to see you as just a friend.
It's like you're sending mixed signals, right?
Yeah.
You think you're being nice and attentive, but she's just not picking up on any romantic interest.
Exactly. And then you're both left wondering, how did I end up here? So let's talk about flirting, because it's not about cheesy pickup lines or trying to be someone you're not.
So what does effective flirting actually look like? Give us the inside scoop, Sophie.
It's all about using body language, playful banter, and finding your own unique style. Think about it like a dance. You're creating a playful, engaging connection through subtle cues and responses. You're not trying to force anything. You're just letting the energy flow naturally.
So we're talking eye contact, leaning in, maybe a
We're-
light touch on the arm if the vibe is right.
Exactly. It's about creating that spark, that sense of excitement and anticipation. And it's important to remember that flirting should feel fun, not forced or creepy. If you're not enjoying it, she's probably not enjoying it either.
Okay, so let's say you've mastered the art of flirting, but you're still struggling with anxiety when it comes to dating. I know a lot of guys can relate to that. What's your advice for overcoming those pre-date jitters?
First and foremost, remember that it's perfectly normal to feel nervous, especially if you're really into someone. It shows you care. But you don't want those nerves to completely sabotage your chances of making a connection.
So how do you keep those butterflies from turning into a full-blown panic attack?
It's all about reframing those what-if thoughts. Instead of thinking, what if she rejects me? Try thinking, what if we have an amazing conversation?
That's a great mindset shift. It's about focusing on the potential for positive outcomes rather than dwelling on all the things that could go wrong.
Exactly. And practically speaking, practice helps. The more you put yourself out there, the more comfortable you'll become with the whole dating process. Start with low-stakes interactions, like chatting with someone at the coffee shop or striking up a conversation with a stranger at a party.
It's like building those social muscles, right?
Hmm.
The more you use them, the stronger they become.
Precisely. And if anxiety is a serious issue for you, you don't hesitate to seek professional help. There's no shame in getting support to work through those challenges.
All right, moving on to another common dating pitfall, putting women on a pedestal. Why is that such a problem?
Well, it might seem counterintuitive, but idealizing someone actually makes it harder to connect with them authentically.
Because you're not seeing them as a real person, right? You're projecting this perfect image onto them, which can lead to all sorts of unrealistic expectations.
Exactly. And it can also come across as insincere, like you're more interested in the idea of her than who she actually is. And that can be a major turnoff.
So how do we avoid falling into this trap?
It's about recognizing the inherent worth of every individual, regardless of their looks or any other external factor. Treat everyone with respect and curiosity, and let genuine connection develop naturally.
It's about seeing the person behind the image, right?
Absolutely. And speaking of appearances, it's important to remember that first impressions matter. We're not saying you need to look like a supermodel, but taking care of yourself sends a message that you value yourself and are worth getting to know.
So hit the gym, groom yourself well, and put some effort into your wardrobe.
Exactly. And just as important, do it for you. Taking care of your physical well-being boosts your confidence, and that inner confidence shines through in how you carry yourself.
All right, we've got time for one more point in this section, and it's a big one, negativity. Why is that such a relationship killer?
Well, no one wants to be around a constant downer. If you're always complaining, focusing on the negative, or bringing down the mood, it's going to make it hard for anyone to want to spend time with you romantically or otherwise.
It's like that saying, misery loves company, but no one wants to be that company.
Exactly. So how do we shift that? It starts with self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and conversations. Are you always focusing on the negative? If so, try consciously shifting your focus to the positive. What are you grateful for? What are you excited about?
It's about choosing to see the glass half full even when life throws you curveballs.
Exactly. And the more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. A positive outlook is contagious and incredibly attractive.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. Confidence, personal issues, the friend zone flirting anxiety, putting women on pedestals, self-care, and negativity. That's a lot to digest.
It is. But don't worry, we'll be back in part 2 to dive into the rest of the insights from the article, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Love Hackers. We're picking up right where we left off, dissecting those common dating roadblocks that might be keeping you from finding that special someone.
You got it. In part 1, we covered a lot of ground confidence, personal baggage, the friend zone flirting techniques, even how to handle those pre-date jitters. Now let's dive into some more juicy insights from the article.
All right, let's tackle another big one, desperation. It might sound harsh, but the article calls it a major turnoff, especially when it comes to sex.
Okay, so why is desperation such a red flag? What's the psychology behind that?
Well, it boils down to this. Desperation stems from a place of scarcity, a feeling that you're not good enough on your own and need external validation, especially from women, to feel worthy. And that neediness, that constant seeking of approval, can be incredibly off-putting. It's like you're projecting this lack of self-worth onto the other person, making them responsible for your happiness. And that's a lot of pressure for anyone to handle, right?
Exactly. It's not about playing hard to get or pretending to be aloof. It's about genuinely valuing yourself, having standards, and not compromising your self-respect just to get someone's attention.
So how do you cultivate that sense of self-assuredness, that inner confidence that makes you magnetic rather than desperate?
It starts with focusing on your own personal growth, pursuing your passions, and building a life that you're excited about. When you're fulfilled and happy on your own, you naturally attract others who are on a similar wavelength.
It's about shifting your mindset from I need a girlfriend to be happy to I'm already happy and I'm open to sharing that happiness with someone special. That's a much more attractive energy to put out there, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And speaking of unattractive energy, let's talk about insecurity. It's another sneaky saboteur that can wreak havoc on your love life.
The article mentions behaviors like jealousy, control, and neediness as classic signs of insecurity. Why are these such turnoffs?
Well, they all stem from a lack of trust, both in yourself and in your partner. When you're constantly questioning her motives, trying to control her actions, or seeking reassurance, it creates a stifling dynamic that's exhausting for everyone involved.
It's like you're projecting your own fears and insecurities onto the relationship rather than allowing it to flourish organically.
Exactly. So how do we tackle this beast? It starts with recognizing those insecure patterns in yourself. Do you get jealous easily? Do you try to control your partner's actions? Are you constantly seeking reassurance? Once you're aware of those tendencies, you can start to address the underlying self-esteem issues.
That's where self-compassion comes in, right?
Yeah.
Being kinder to ourselves instead of beating ourselves up for our perceived flaws.
Exactly. Challenge those negative thoughts that tell you you're not worthy. Focus on your strengths, your accomplishments, the qualities that make you unique and lovable.
It's about recognizing that everyone has insecurities.
Yeah.
It's part of being human.
Yeah.
It's how we manage them that makes all the difference.
Now onto a more encouraging topic, persistence. The article emphasizes that giving up too easily is another reason why some guys struggle to find a girlfriend. Rejection is part of the process, but it's not a reason to throw in the towel.
Yeah, rejection can be tough. There's no doubt about it. It's like a punch to the ego. But you can't let a few no's derail your entire dating journey.
That's right. The truth is sometimes rejection has nothing to do with you. Maybe she's already in a relationship. Maybe she's not looking to date anyone right now. Maybe she just isn't attracted to you, and that's okay.
It's not a reflection of your worth as a person as much as it might feel that way in the moment.
Exactly. Instead of dwelling on the rejection, try to see it as data. What can you learn from the experience? Did you approach her in a way that felt authentic to you? Was there anything in your interaction that you could adjust next time?
It's all about honing your approach, refining your skills, and not letting fear of rejection hold you back from putting yourself out there.
Resilience is key here. The more you put yourself out there, the more you learn, and the better you become at navigating the dating landscape.
Speaking of navigating the dating landscape, let's revisit the friend zone for a moment. We talked earlier about how mixed signals can land you there. But how do you transition from just friends to something more romantic?
It's about making your intentions clear, but doing so respectfully and gradually. Start with subtle, flirting eye contact compliments, playful teasing. If she responds positively, you can escalate the physical touch, a light touch on the arm, brushing your hand against hers, and most importantly, verbalize your feelings. Tell her you enjoy spending time with her, that you find her attractive, that you'd like to take her on a date.
Be bold, be authentic, and don't be afraid to put your heart out there. What's the worst that can happen? She says no. Well, you were already in the friend zone, so you haven't really lost anything, right?
Exactly. And you might be surprised by her response. Sometimes all it takes is that initial spark of courage to shift the dynamic. Now let's talk about something that might be limiting your dating pool without you even realizing it, having a rigid type.
We all have certain qualities we're drawn to, but the article suggests that being too fixated on a specific type can actually prevent you from meeting someone truly compatible.
It's like having this mental checklist: must be blonde, must be athletic, must love hiking. And while it's fine to have preferences, sticking rigidly to a type can cause you to miss out on amazing connections.
Because true compatibility often runs deeper than surface-level traits, right?
Absolutely. Challenge yourself to broaden your horizons. Strike up conversations with people who wouldn't normally catch your eye. You might be surprised at who you click with.
It's about being open to possibilities and recognizing that attraction can grow over time as you get to know someone's personality values and sense of humor.
And that brings us to a crucial point that underpins everything we've talked about today. Dating is a skill set, not a mystery.
The article compares it to learning to fish. You don't just show up at a lake and expect to catch a fish. You need to learn the techniques, practice, and be patient.
The same applies to dating. It's about self-education, putting yourself out there and treating each experience as an opportunity to grow and improve. Read books, listen to podcasts, cough, cough. Love hackers, cough, cough, talk to friends, observe successful couples.
And remember, it's a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, successes and setbacks. But by approaching dating with a growth mindset, you empower yourself to create the love life you desire.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We've covered a ton of ground in this episode, from desperation and insecurity to persistence and the importance of seeing dating as a skill set.
We've still got more to unpack, including an action plan to help you actually apply all these insights. So stay tuned for part 3, where we'll turn these whys into hows. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back to Love Hackers for the final part of our deep dive into cracking the code of finding a girlfriend.
We've explored the reasons why you might be hitting some roadblocks in your dating life. Now it's time to shift gears and talk about action.
That's right, Sophie. We've done a lot of analyzing and reflecting. Now let's get down to brass tacks and create an action plan for our listeners.
Absolutely, Alex. Remember, dating is like learning any new skill. It requires effort, practice, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone.
So no magic wands here, folks. Just good old-fashioned effort and a commitment to personal growth.
Exactly. So let's break this action plan down into 3 key areas: mindset, skills, and action.
I love that Sophie's structure is key when it comes to making real change. So let's start with mindset. What are some mental shifts our listener can make to set themselves up for success in dating?
First and foremost, cultivate self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Challenge those negative self-talk patterns and replace them with positive affirmations.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about the importance of self-worth and how insecurity can be a major turnoff. It's crucial to believe that you're worthy of love and connection just as you are.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And secondly, embrace a growth mindset. See dating as a journey of self-discovery and learning rather than a pass or fail test.
Right. Every interaction,
Right.
every date, every yes and every no is an opportunity to learn and grow.
Precisely. And finally, shift your focus from outcome to process. Instead of obsessing over getting a girlfriend, concentrate on enjoying the journey, connecting with interesting people, and developing your social skills.
Yeah. It's about detaching from the pressure of finding the one and instead focusing on becoming the best version of yourself.
Beautifully said, Alex. Now on to skills. What are some specific dating skills our listener can work on to improve their chances of finding a girlfriend?
This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. Let's get practical.
Absolutely. Firstly, master the art of conversation.
Yeah.
Learn to be a good listener, ask engaging questions, and share your own thoughts and experiences authentically.
Right, conversation should be a two-way street, not a one-sided monologue.
Exactly. And secondly, hone your flirting skills. We talked about this earlier, but it's worth repeating. Flirting is all about creating a playful, lighthearted connection through body language, teasing, and genuine compliments.
Right, and remember, flirting should feel fun and natural, not forced or creepy.
Finally, become comfortable with vulnerability. Allow yourself to be open and honest about your feelings, your fears, your hopes, and dreams.
Right, vulnerability is a sign of strength, not weakness.
Yeah.
It's what allows genuine connection to flourish.
Now let's talk about action, because knowledge without action is like a car without an engine. It won't get you very far.
So what are some actionable steps our listener can take today to start putting themselves out there and meeting potential girlfriends?
Firstly, expand your social circle. Join clubs, take classes, attend social events, strike up conversations with people you encounter in your daily life.
Right, the more you put yourself out there, the more opportunities you'll have to connect with like-minded people.
And don't forget about online dating. Create a profile that reflects your authentic self. Be proactive in reaching out to people who spark your interest. And don't be afraid to go on dates.
It's a numbers game, folks. The more you date, the better you'll get at it, and the more likely you are to find someone special.
And finally, be patient and persistent. Finding a girlfriend is not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Right.
There will be bumps along the way, rejections, disappointments. But don't let those setbacks discourage you. Learn from them, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward.
That's so important.
Because the right person is out there, and with the right mindset, skills, and action plan, you will find her.
That's a wrap on this deep dive into finding a girlfriend. We hope you found these insights valuable and are feeling empowered to take action.
Remember, you are worthy of love and connection. Believe in yourself, put in the effort, and never give up on finding the love you deserve.
If you're looking for more dating advice, tips, and supports, be sure to tune in to Love Hackers every day. I'm Alex Carter, your co-host and dating coach.
And I'm Sophie Tanaka, resident dating expert and relationship strategist.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this episode with your friends. We're here to help you navigate the exciting, yet often perplexing world of dating. Until next time, happy dating.